a problem, some internet problem was there. So, good evening, good evening. So, internet problem was there, that's why I came late, 2 minutes late. I think you will not take it seriously. So, as I've told you, today I've taken the book, Invitation 4. This is your Invitation 4. Surya, good evening. Bhumikant, good evening. This is your Invitation 4. And I've taken the chapter, Interrogatives. Yeah, what is it? God bless you, Bhumikant. Oh, okay, others, good evening, good evening. Bhuvendar, God bless you. Chanda, good evening. Santanu, God bless you. Okay, Priti, good evening. Ria, good evening. Abhijit, good evening. Srikant, God bless you, God bless you. Dinesh, good evening, good evening. Yeah, I'm fine. Priti, I'm fine, beta. So, good evening, Pankaj. So, today, Ajay, good evening. God bless you. तो पिले आज हम पढ़ा प्रथम नमस्ते 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 हाँ प्रथम जिनस फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फर्स्ट थिंग मु देखली माने आम बेसिक तो पढ़ा बेसिक सहित आम टे बुक भी पढ़ा दरकार आ बुक रिलेटेड ग्रामर पढ़ा दरकार सब +2 पिला आम अच्छे पवित्र गुड इवनिंग तो आई हैव टेकन द चैप्टर फ्रॉम इनविटेशन 4 that is your interrogatives. Okay, this is for both the year +2 first year and second year. Kirasindhu, good evening, good evening. Okay, for both the students it is necessary you must know about the chapter that I've taken today, that is your interrogatives. What is it? The chapter is interrogatives. Interrogatives. Okay. अच्छा interrogatives कहले कौन रखिले? What do you mean by interrogatives? What do you think? What are interrogatives? Interrogatives कहले कौन? If we'll talk about the particular word interrogatives, as it is a chapter in your +2 second year course. So what are interrogatives? What do you think? What do you mean by interrogatives? Interrogatives कहले कौन? ये chapter टा कहीं की why it is necessary that a student must know. Questions, yes. Interrogatives are nothing but questions. Good evening. Okay. So while we talk about question, we ask something or someone. We ask someone for any information. The sentence that we used here. Ask a question and in a question mark. Ends in a question mark. Yeah, very good. So interrogatives are those that start. Maybe with a WH or yes, or an auxiliary verb and with a question mark. Those are called, interrogatives of questions. Yeah, Deepak, good evening. So what I was telling, what is the reason that we must study about question? An interrogative sentence is type of sentence which is you ask using question, asking questions, words which introduce WH question. Okay. God bless you, Ashish. So, interrogatives, you can say the synonym of interrogatives. Ashish, God bless you. The synonyms that stand for interrogatives, you can say it is question. Questions. Interrogatives are nothing but these are questions. Yes or no? And as you know, questions are interrogatives are part of a class of, they comes under the class of simple sentences. Yes or no? Simple sentence. They comes under the class of simple sentences. साधारण वाक्य जिते कहते से भितर गोटे क्लास भितर एटा आसे कोडा interrogative sentences are there. Yes or no? So to talk about these interrogatives, okay, you can say normally questions. What are the type of question that we'll get in English? इंग्रजी रे जो प्रश्न समूह हम व्यवहार करो, the structure that we use, the question that's being used by the speaker of English. So what are the type? Who can tell me the type of question that's normally when we conversate, when we write, okay, like what, when, where, etc. Okay, these are WH words. Okay, WH words. Okay, Trikant Naik. Okay, three type of questions are there. What are those three type of questions that's normally used in English, Trikant? Okay, questions are of three type. What are those? Okay, Ajay is telling two types. Okay, we have to write. Okay, what are those two types? If you are telling two types, then you must write what are those two types. And if you are telling three types, then you must write what are those three types. Clear? Okay, Priti is telling two types. Okay, but I want a written answer that you must write what are those two types. You are telling two type, what are those two type? If you are telling three type, what are those three type? If you are telling four type, then what are those four type? You are to write in the comment box. I can read your comment. Yes, no, and WH. Okay, Priti is telling yes, no, and WH. WH, tag, and yes, no. Trikant is telling WH, tag, and yes, no. Okay, so I got my answer. I got my answer. Okay, questions are divided into three. Question can be divided. Yeah, good evening, Shubham, Kuldeep. So question can be divided into two. Question can be divided into two, but in broad sense, if you look at the question that's being used normally, questions normally divided into three. Okay, yes, no, and WH question. Okay, yes, no question and WH question. So my next question is towards the student. Thereafter I'll start. My next question is what? My question is, what is a WH question? What is a WH question? Who can tell me what is a WH question exactly? We'll tell what is a WH question. If we'll talk about questions, if question can be divided into two types, WH question and yes no question, the question itself arises here that what is a WH question. WH question कहले कौन काहाकू WH question बोली हमें कहिबा. Will tell me what are WH question? Yeah, I expect some answers, speedy answer. Yeah, okay. So first one is your WH question. Then yes, no question, and tag question. Tag question. Okay, these are the three type of question in English. What are those? WH question, so question, tag question, or tell question. Who, what, which. Okay, what, where, when, which, who used. Okay. So this what, whose question starting begin with WH. Okay. So if we'll sum up what, when, where, when, whom, whose, why, which. Okay, these are WH words. So if I'll add something, ମୁଁ ତମର କଥାରେ ଟିକେ add କରି ଦଉଛି and I'm making it purify. Okay. So what will be there? If the question, what of question, it starts with a WH word. Okay. If the question start with a WH word or starts with a WH word. Network problem, I don't think I have a network problem. I have a strong network today. Especially if I'll talk about today, I have a strong network. And if there is a type of problem, you can check your network. Okay, Romanchal, good evening. So what I was telling, ମୁଁ कौन कहूଥିଲି ତମମାନଙ୍କୁ जे question, WH question काहू कहबा में. WH questions are those questions that start with a WH word. कौन? जो प्रश्न सबू WH word रे start हुए सेमानंकु आमे WH question बोली कहिबा. Okay, but there is an exception to this rule. A definition or exception भी अच्छी. Though how suppose I'm writing a sentence here. How are you? How are you? I've written what? How are you? Yes or no? Normally when we are conversing, we're talking. Oh, sound cut. Sound problem is there. Okay, let me check the connection again. Okay, hope it will be better. So what happens? Look at this. I've written how are you. Yes or no? How are you? Isn't it? Though the word I've written is with a WH by a WH word, it is considered at WH. So the word start with how is also considered as it belongs to WH family. এটা বি WH family কু belongs କରୁଛି ঠিক আছে বিলে তো how টা বি how long how often how many these are also what these are also considered as WH words, and those questions that start with how can also be called what your WH question. Okay, I have told about the exceptional cases. Okay, so what are those WH words? Those WH words are, you can say what and when, then why, then which, whose, whom, yeah, what, why, when, which, when and whom, who and whom is there, whom and whose is also there, whose, okay, etc. These are what? These are your WH words. These are your WH words. Am I audible? When, yes, when is also WH word. When is also what? WH word. Did you get my point? So what are those words? What, why, which, okay, and where, who, whom, etc. These are what? These are your WH words. Yeah, network problem. Yes. Video is paused. I'm sorry, guys. Video is paused.